Well, welcome to the May 15th Festival of Chimes and Lights Committee meeting. We're going to get started right away with a little discussion about holiday lighting. What I noticed was we have it on the agenda, the marquee and the lighting for downtown this week for the study session. So a lot is moving ahead on that level.
Sure.
And a little summary is that we're working to get some special lighting downtown, but because of the degeneration of the poles, we can't anchor our lighting into those poles. So what we were hoping to do is maybe work with the buildings and with the utility poles that are there. Meanwhile, we're really looking at replacing poles and lighting. So these two things are kind of going on a parallel track right now.
Right, I understand.
But at some point, they'll cross over,
Sure.
and one may make it work for the other. But we still plan.
We're still hopeful.
Yes.
There will be light.
Yes.
No.
Well, we're trying to get the special lighting, and though we're calling it holiday lighting, it is something that would be all year round.
Festival lighting all year long.
And it would be so beautiful. And we're not stopping.
No.
But you can see we run into a few problems, a few snags.
Sure. Well, Kathleen and Dave understand that.
Right.
You know, and they're still very hopeful.
Well,
Right.
whatever we do, we're going to have to cut. I mean, these things come on a spool, and we have to cut them. So we're going to have to plan it so that when we put them up now, they're going to work later.
Well,
Right.
of course.
That's been worked out too. There's been a mapping plan by the city electrician. And so we do have suggestions, but this has to be altered a bit because we can't use the marquee poles. But most of the utility poles are right next to the marquee poles, so it doesn't have to be affected, altered too much.
Do you think they would replace those poles
Yeah, but it's
soon or not?
not soon necessarily because we don't have it in the budget, but that's what we're working on in this parallel line. So after tomorrow's meeting, I know we'll have a lot more information, which we'll pass on.
We're going to hash it out.
Sure, I
But-
understand.
But for now, we're still going to move ahead with possibly using the utility poles, and there's two buildings we have to do some alterations to be able to anchor it in. And I believe one of them would be the candy shop, and the other one was the
Is
bike
the candy
shop.
shop owned by Mentor?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
bike shop.
It is.
To meet the 20 feet minimum across the street. So we'd have to get some kind of extension from those two places.
Can you put the lights that close to the traffic light at the bike shop?
I think so. I think it's part of the plan here. It was mostly the height.
I
And
thought
I
it-
think what they do is they might even run some.
I think the ones that go across the street are supposed to be 30 feet back from the traffic light
30?
or something.
That's something that they've got a plan that the electrician provided. So I can't tell you exactly how close it would be.
Yeah, you might check that out.
Yeah,
You
but
see
it's,
that site plan, or whatever it is, while you're talking.
yep. Just a second, it's here.
There.
Remember, poles wouldn't be used then. So it's,
There, what now?
these poles wouldn't be used that are in the
Well, this is the
diagram.
old one.
Yeah, right. But it would go, and Terry, I think what they do is they stop up to that, maybe it's that 30-foot place before the traffic light, and then it continues on the other side so that we have lighting in two separate areas of the
Right.
downtown.
Right. That's why I say I don't think the old drugstore's
Oh, right.
in that zone. I think it's the next shop back. that
Well,
is
and I
actually-
think when she said bike shop, it might be that he owns that whole building.
Yeah,
And we're talking about part of the building probably furthest away from the light.
yeah.
Because
okay.
that's Fred's building. And what I also was hearing this morning at the utility meeting is that we're talking about having lighting maybe on two sides of the street. Right now, our lighting is on the south side. So our electricity source is there, and that's something that they'll have to work out. So the possibility of having lighting north and south sides. So again, we jumped the gun just a tish. However, we're working on parallel
Sure.
tracks, all in the same direction of getting it done. And even if we don't get our other lighting this year, perhaps we still can move forward with this project,
Right.
you know?
We're hoping.
Yeah.
You mean the poles, the new poles and lighting?
No, it wouldn't be new poles. We'd be using the utility poles, and we'd be using actual buildings to anchor the special lights in.
No, I mean, the new lights, as I recall, were new street poles, street lamps, like down by
Oh, yeah.
Cal Pier.
The new lighting, right.
That has nothing to do with what we have
Yes.
right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I just bring this out again because every time we see it, we all go, cannot wait to have it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Very
so
nice.
cool, right? So, that's what I learned. And,
Okay, that sounds good.
more information to come,
Mhm.
but we'll all know more. I'm just-
And Plan B, if we shouldn't get that done before Christmas, we'll again do the icicles.
Yes,
You know,
Yes.
we've still committed to that.
right. And we haven't moved forward with ordering any other lighting decorations because we're
We
waiting on
don't
the condition
know.
of the
I
poles.
understand.
But the mayor was talking about this morning when we were talking about lights, which is something we'll be talking about, is making sure that when we do buy new streetlights downtown, that we have a light that has plenty of space for banners
Mm-hmm.
and for the baskets and even irrigation.
Well, that
How
would be
cool
wonderful.
is that? So,
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be working on
A
the
lot of
budget. I don't
different
know,
things.
we have a biennial budget right now, so I'm not sure where this would all fit in. But again, it's getting priced, we're moving forward, and it's just been talked about in the past. And now something is being done.
Just short time, we're just going around chasing our tail with this, the downtown lighting and the poles and the condition.
I understand.
Had to bite the bullets, and we just gotta go forward with this, have to do it,
Yeah.
so.
Very
Kind of
good.
stopped midstream and shifted, but it's for a good reason.
Yeah, I understand.
So, Christmas tree acquisition. Well, there's no one here from Public Works, and they're swamped. They got called out, and they're working with trimming trees. They had to close the boulevard, and Public Works is actually doing some of the trimming right now instead of hiring it out, so it's saving us tens of thousands of dollars. And timing was everything. So what we can do though is, and I put it on here today just because I just wanted to again touch base with Terry and the group, because Bill can probably go out with someone soon to look for a tree and work out the logistics. Because I remember we talked about that, and here we are. Look how close we are.
They've got a tree already marked out.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, so city has been out there taking a look at it and
I
everything?
haven't been out there. I've
Okay.
been trying to get a hold of Roger.
Oh, yeah.
He's been so busy with his lawsuits and stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'll probably see him tonight if he comes to the car meeting.
Okay.
I'll find out more about it. He said they've already gone out there and picked out a couple promising ones
Okay.
and taped them off so that when the cutters go through there this summer, they leave those trees intact.
Oh, okay.
And then what they're also going to do is the guy with the crane that lifts the tree off the trailer,
Yeah.
puts it in the hole.
Hmm.
They're going to have him out there to hold the tree when they cut it and lay it down.
So that it
So
doesn't come down
nobody
and
breaks
push
the
the
top out again.
branches. Okay.
So they're working on all those elements.
Okay, Terry, what do you think we need to do then? Do you think Bill or George or someone needs to go out and look at the trees and the location or anything?
Yeah, I told Roger last time I talked to him to get a hold of George, because George wanted to go out and look.
Yeah, and he's going to be retiring soon.
So I don't think he's talked to George yet.
Okay. Okay,
So I'll remind him of that tonight if he's there.
Okay. So Roger, that's really what's the next step is Roger and George and Bill meeting.
Go out.
Well, I'll get him here to the next meeting then.
Okay, in June?
Yeah.
Okay. Roger meets George. That's where we're at.
Good movie.
Yeah, I know, right? And I think George is retiring, and he only has one more month.
He's going to retire finally?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
Jim.
bum.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that too bad? We'll miss
I
him.
know.
And he has all this historic knowledge.
Yeah.
I know,
Have
it's
to
gonna
put
be a
him in
sad day for us.
Debriefing room.
That's
He's a
right.
miracle worker,
Yes.
one of
yeah.
a kind.
He has been, and I think that, Bill has been working with him, and I'm not sure how, but Bill will be doing a lot of our work for us, so he's
Yeah,
another great guy to work
He's
with.
very nice.
So,
really.
but we'll try to make sure that Roger does talk to George soon,
Yep.
before he retires,
Okay,
okay? So that
That's
Bill
good.
can, and probably it'll be George and Bill together,
yep.
okay, good.
If I don't see him tonight, I'll walk up to his house and knock on his door and
And go, hey.
tackle him and say,
Where's
Yeah, you do
"You got
that.
5 minutes?"
How about 10? Yeah, that works. Okay, and now another thing I wanted to get going is to be thinking of the honorary tree letter and who that would be. So I'd like to start opening it up for suggestions, and at one of our next meetings, have people bring suggestions of who they think would be good.
What about
good
George?
George?
He's retired
I
and
don't
I won't
been.
want to come back.
Well, that was just a thought because
Yeah,
he's done
I
so
think-
much with trees.
I
So
know.
we need a more
A
official
community.
worker type.
Well, and I think
person.
that an employee, it would probably not be the best
Yeah,
choice,
I
even
know.
if someone
I
was
mean,
to
we
be
had
honored.
Bruce Titus the last time.
Yes.
Bruce Titus, George. No,
Well-
maybe not. Although George did so much for us, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's just looking for someone from within the community to honor. So, but we're taking suggestions. And I know, always have to think about that. Could be young person, older person, anywhere in between. So if people are.
Do they usually choose a business person, someone, an
No,
owner?
not necessarily. Debbie Maycomber was honored,
Oh.
and so was Delilah. Of course, they both are well-known,
Mhm.
have done a lot for the community. Amy Igloy was honored back in the day for her service to the community. Let's see, I'm trying to think of others. Bobby, weren't you? You were an honorary tree lighter.
No, that year I was small business, I think,
Oh.
or woman of the year.
Woman-
I never turned the lights on.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
I actually thought you were up there doing that.
I was up there last year, remember, and I gave out the
Yes.
awards and
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, and I'm Bruce. I'm trying to think of his last name, but he was military. Crandall. Bruce Crandall.
Bruce Crandall.
Also was an honorary tree lighter. And we've had different ones along the way, but we're opening it up.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good.
and I think what we'll do is just have some suggestions be sent in, and we'll put them together, and then the committee will take a look at this.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Okay,
All right, and you know what? I think
meeting's over.
That's
I don't
over.
want to keep anybody too much longer, but
Government-related meeting being.
well, is there anything that any of you would like to talk about now?
Did we get a hold of the dance gallery? Will they perform again, or?
You know what? I heard from them, and they said that they were interested again.
Oh, good, because
Mhm.
that was a nice thing, I thought.
And you know what? I haven't ever been able to see it because I'm never the
I
right
know.
place, the right time to see that.
Yeah, you're a busy person at that time.
I am, but
Yeah.
I miss a lot of what's going on all around. Earlier in the day I see it, but not
Yeah.
at night as much. And
Who is our Santa Claus usually?
he's always the same man. His name is Dennis, and his last name escapes me right now. I think it's
But
Dennis.
he's the same one, I think, that is up at
at
the
the
gallery.
gallery. Dennis Simpson.
And he's so good.
Isn't he? Well.
I wondered if he could light the trees. That came to me in the middle of the night, so I'm just putting it out there. Santa's coming to town.
Uh-huh.
Is that our theme?
Yes, it is.
And he is such a great sort of performer as Santa. He's just
So
wonderful.
actually have Dennis be the one.
Well, it's just a
Santa.
thought, since the theme is Santa comes to.
So the first
Santa Claus
suggestion is that
comes.
Santa would like.
Yes, well, he's coming to town.
Well, somebody comes to mind, and maybe she's done it before, Jennifer Hardison works at the helpline.
Jennifer is a suggestion?
She's here. I sat on a committee with her.
I'm
Actually-
wondering if she's done that before.
And that's what I don't know that.
I don't know
but
that either.
you
She
sure find
is,
out.
actually, she was at the Ladies' Night Out and had a booth down at the public market.
Okay,
Should
well,
be a good
see,
one.
we're taking suggestions.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
we've got 2 already.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that come to mind. Great. So that's another thing that we should be doing, and I can't think of any.
The event is the first Saturday in December, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've already got the fire truck scheduled for that day for you.
See, he's
He's right
this
on
is
it.
why we need him.
Why do
here
we have
in
meetings?
town. Oh, fire truck. Okay, so let's put that down too.
Thank
Fire
you.
truck is already set. See, Terry, thank you so much for taking care of those things.
We schedule our Christmas runs with that, and we start there that night, do that, and then go out and do it in the neighborhood afterwards.
Okay.
We just schedule it in the runs. We run for 5 weeks.
Oh, just
4
5
weeks.
weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, that's what would be hard. Although I suppose Santa could come in, get off the fire truck, and
That's true.
and the band said, Gary said that the band will perform again,
Oh, that's good.
and he's
They were
committed to
good.
doing that. To me, that's just huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to let him know about the theme, because then he can do some Santa songs too.
Yeah.
Get those ready.
I think there was some confusion last year what time Santa was supposed to be at.
It was the year before. Last year it went without a hitch.
Oh, the year before.
Yeah, it was the
okay.
year before.
I remember we had a problem.
There was a
Santa
yeah.
didn't
Last
show
year
up.
went fine.
There was a hiccup the year
No,
before.
no.
First time.
Yeah, Santa.
Santa almost got
Damn.
run over.
No.
And the band too. It was actually, they got stranded. So they were
Oh.
down further towards the lighthouse and beyond, Wilkins,
Oh, yeah.
down that. And there was so much traffic going through.
Oh,
They
dear.
couldn't get
Up there.
Yeah, and the police were like waiting, but they were just a block away. And that was our problem. So now we've ironed it out, and everybody always meets down by the boat launch so that there isn't that distance. Well, it's right there. And
Oh, okay.
there's more space to line up,
Oh,
and we
good.
don't have band members.
Is that where you want the fire truck to go then,
Yes.
instead of the restaurant?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Boat launch.
It's just safer.
yeah,
And
much better place.
oh, it's so dark over there. I was
Is it?
afraid someone was going to get hit.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was hard for the police to be able to clear enough space because that was the detour route. So yes, you're right. There was a huge hiccup, and we weren't sure if Santa was coming to town or not, but he did, and we made it. So we've got that worked out.
Okay,
Yeah. So I really do think this is it for today. Thank you, faithful ones, for showing up. And
Thank you for having it.
more information after Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Next meeting.